I have a very important question for you guys.
Wow, shit just got real there.
It did.
Fuck.
Do you think ketchup belongs on a hot dog?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's good. I don't either. I'm a little surprised. I was
Asking for a friend?
No, I was just curious today. Actually, I was looking on the Hot Dog Council's website or whatever it is.
Yes.
And so I'm seeing mixed reviews all over the internet. Like there's whole articles, and people have spent a lot of time trying to figure out if ketchup belongs on a hot dog. I don't think it does. Eric, I was a little suspect about if you were going to say yes or no on this one, but
really,
I'm glad you said no. I don't know why I was thinking that you would put it on a hot dog.
My household, everybody in my household is very supportive of ketchup on a hot dog, and I don't understand them.
I feel like once you reach a certain age, you should not be putting ketchup on a hot dog, right? Like, it's okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
kids,
like 50% corn syrup to begin with.
Sure.
Exactly.
Sure.
And then 25% palm oil.
Yeah.
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 Once you get over the age of 14, I think it's time to graduate to mustard.
Mustard, relish, sauerkraut. Like, you have so many better options.
Yes.
Totally.
Agreed.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we settled that debate.
Yeah.
All right. It's time for some quick hits.
Quick hits.
The Rays finally lost a couple of games, guys.
Finally.
It was bound to happen.
It was bound to happen. To the Blue Jays, which I think, Eric, you actually called that.
Yep.
In last week's podcast that didn't actually air.
A couple episodes ago when we were reviewing their schedule to start the season. Yeah.
You said it was going to be the Blue Jays?
I said, yeah, they played shitty teams until the Blue Jays.
Okay. They're still looking pretty good, though. I think they've only lost 3 games so far.
And I think they've homered in every game.
Oh, boy.
They are kind of an enigma at this point for me. I can't wrap my head around it. I don't know. I expect them to fall off, obviously, right? Like they've had a good start to the season, but are they going to fall off? Like, is that going to happen?
And they've avoided any serious injuries already, and it seems to be plaguing the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I don't know. They just seem like so. I don't know how to describe it. Like, they're not taking it too seriously. They're not trying too hard. They're out there playing really, I keep saying, really aggressive baseball and having fun with it.
I haven't watched them yet. I still have yet to watch them.
Yeah, I haven't watched them either.
It's interesting. Watch a game because it's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's definitely different strategy going on there.
They certainly, this is what they do, though. I mean, we've said it before. They're just a good team. They develop good players. Coaching staff is solid. Rays are just always a good, solid team, payroll or not, which has always been not. So
they're not going to have the huge names.
Nope.
But rather than have a team with 1 or 2 huge names and a bunch of good, but could be playing for any other team players, they have a nice, solid, skillful team.
Kind of makes me mad.
Yeah.
It makes me really mad.
Why is that?
Because they spend about as much as the Royals do, and they are light years ahead of the fucking Royals.
Yeah. What they're like biggest stars like Wander Franco, Yandy Diaz. I mean, these are good guys, but not like they're
not superstars in any other team.
Not at all. Man.
Well, maybe the Royals.
Yeah, well, they have a Rosarena who is kind of their superstar. Yeah, it makes me mad. I like them. I don't have anything against that team by any means, and I want to see them do well. They're fun to watch.
It's fun to see them do well in that division.
Yeah,
to do what they're doing, it's that's awesome in that division, especially. In any other division, they're just like whatever.
Any other division, they would be leading probably. I mean,
They would be crushing.
yeah.
I'm talking about like the history of them and always being consistently good with low payroll and development.
Right, going against the Yankees, the Red Sox, and
year
Toronto.
after year after year. That's the impressive part. Absolutely.
And
maybe that factors into why they are so good on a yearly basis.
being the underdog.
Well, yeah, but playing those teams, I think gives them a little slight advantage.
True.
I think that's one of the more competitive divisions in baseball.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So having to deal with that and playing the majority of their games in that division, maybe that gives them just a little bit of a competitive advantage and that experience, especially for the coaching staff.
For sure.
Well, we'll find out. I hope they win that division. I hope it's Rays, Orioles, Red Sox, Yankees, Blue Jays in that order.
Eric, anything?
Very possible. That's right. I don't know about the Orioles, but
Watch out, man.
Some news out of Salt Lake City. Did you guys see this? It sounds like they're kind of putting in a little bit of a soft bid for a baseball team out there.
But they're still, they're still behind Vegas. They're still behind Nashville. I think whatever Tampa decides to do and Oakland decides to do, it doesn't involve Salt Lake City yet. And Salt Lake City is down the road. So that's cool. They're going to make a bid. That's cool. They're going to build a stadium, but it's going to be a hot minute. Nobody's moving.
they do have a history of being very good sports fans. Like the Salt Lake MLS team gets huge turnout.
The Utah Jazz.
Utah Jazz.
Yep. Aptly named.
You know it.
Salt Lake is known for their jazz.
Absolutely. But yeah, I could see that. That's kind of that would be a good spot to have a new team. West, but not all the way West Coast.
So you don't think that, Paul, you don't think that they would be in it for the next round of expansion?
No.
Really?
No. Yeah, I mean, obviously Vegas is kind of number one, I think, really.
Well, yeah.
What do you call it? Nashville. They're sort of like, they've been already talking with Tampa Bay about the whole thing, potential move, but we'll see if that comes to fruition. But I don't think it will. I think, if they do, it will happen there. But I don't think Salt Lake City is they're not next on the list. They're not in that top 5, I don't think.
I don't think Las Vegas and Salt Lake are going to get a team at the same time.
Yeah, that would be pretty...
That geographically,
that's
that
too
doesn't
close,
work.
Yeah.
And we're all pretty definite that Las Vegas is getting a team, so...
Yeah, it seems.
Maybe we have 4 expansion teams.
Oh, dear God.
Well, there's also talk of a Montreal team, so maybe...
Right, yeah.
Maybe it is Montreal and Salt Lake
Or they
kind of a few years behind. Yeah.
Stagger it a little bit. Maybe play some games. Some team plays a couple games there a year.
Just to kind of test it out. I mean, there's obviously Salt Lake City has a AAA team there. I'm pretty sure, right?
I think it's
sure
like the Bees or something like that.
Yeah, so certainly the start of a fan base there, for sure. It's a big city too, so bigger.
Yeah. I mean, it would make sense like geographically because there's not a lot outside of that area.
Right.
But then you bring in Las Vegas. I don't know. They might be too close to each other for 2 expansion teams. I see your point there.
It's a good point, Eric.
We have some updated power rankings.
Nice. Did you guys see that the Mariners got swept by the Brewers?
Yeah, I think we're going to talk about that.
Okay.
See that the Mariners now have a home run trident.
Oh, do they now?
Yeah.
All right. No more swellmit or whatever they called it.
I don't know if it's in addition to or it just sounds disgusting.
Yeah. That sounds like I don't even want to say that.
Yeah. Not on a recording.
Say it, Nick. Finish your sentence.
No, it sounds like another name for like a boner or something like that. A swellmit. I don't know. It just seems weird to me.
Bonaire.
All right. Top 5 rankings. Who do you guys think is number 1?
Tampa.
No, it's not the Rays. It is the Braves. Braves are good.
Braves are good.
Yeah.
And they've had a tougher schedule.
Well, they played the Royals and the Reds most recently, so I wouldn't call it a tougher schedule. They swept the Royals and they swept the Reds. But that's not, I mean, yeah, those teams are fucking garbage. But I don't know, man. I don't see many weaknesses in this team so far. They haven't hit the injury bug yet either, which is good. Acuna's out there crushing.
Yeah, he's good.
He's pretty good. He's pretty decent.
Bold statement. Acuna, good baseball player.
Yep.
They have 3 players with an OPS over 1,000. Matt Olson, Ronald Acuna Jr., and Sean Murphy.
Former Athletic.
Yeah, he's getting on base at a 446 rate. Oh, they also have a top 10 pitching staff right now, in case they weren't good enough.
Yeah. Why not both?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 2 is the Rays.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
We already talked about them. We don't need to talk much. The number 3 is the Blue Jays.
What?
AL East represent.
Heard that.
Throw up some gang signs. What we do?
Yeah, I haven't seen much of the Blue Jays. Eric, I'm sure you've watched them a couple of times just because they're in your
I have
division.
not, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Way to go.
There's my insight.
Yeah.
I think the Mariners are playing the Blue Jays coming up here. Like Teoscar. We got Teoscar, obviously, from the Blue Jays this offseason. So kind of a reunion kind of situation here. Some people might be excited for.
I am stoked for it. I'm going to tune in every day for those reunion.
Blue Jays also have a nicely revamped stadium that they play in now.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, the whole I want to call it the bleacher section, but it's not bleachers there. The hotel section, I guess.
Right.
Okay, I didn't even what were the differences? Like, I remember seeing the photos.
So they took out these seats and put in like a more patio section. Jumbotron is bigger. They basically took out seats and put in better accommodations. All the seats are all new. I think all the seats are all new. And it's just, this was step 1 of a 3-year plan. Like for 3 off seasons, they're doing different things.
What else are they doing?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Damn it. Okay.
Why is this Eric, investigative reporter?
Well, you're our fact checker.
Exactly.
It says
Eric.
so in your bio. You're the fact checker.
Throw some facts out and I'll check them.
Okay. Well, that's no fun. You're supposed to know right off the top of your head.
Yeah,
you're our fact checker encyclopedia.
I am not the encyclopedia.
Anyway, Blue Jays is number 3. Number 4, Yankees. Both of those teams, they pretty much have the same record, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The concerning thing about the Yankees is the injury to Giancarlo Stanton. Surprise, surprise. He is injured again. This is his, monthly injury that he has.
What was that post, Eric? Like 30% or 40% of his
I think
career?
it was 32% of his time with the Yankees has been on the IL.
Jeez.
Fucking unbelievable. Like,
yeah. But even before that, he was always injured.
Yeah.
I am so surprised the Red Sox did not win that bidding war when it was between the Red Sox and the Yankees with the amount of injuries he's had. Like, it would be so within the Red Sox modus operandi to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on someone who spends 32% of the season on the IL.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't understand how he's injured so much. That's what I want to know. Like, the dude is, I mean, he's built like Dwayne Johnson. And, like, he's in good shape. It's not like
he's a little top heavy because it's always like the knees or something, isn't it? Like ankles, knees, legs.
He's got some
knees,
chicken
wrists.
legs or something. Like, he's just, is that what it is? Like, what the fuck, man? I don't understand why he gets injured all the time.
He's a softie.
I guess so. It's annoying because I have to hear about it all the time. It happens every year. Like, it's like, we just, it's
at least once. Sometimes
should be a
2 or 3.
holiday. When is Stanton going to be injured?
Like Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yeah. Might as well just put it on the calendar
Nailed it.
for April 18th.
I wonder if there's bets. Bookies are having like bets, like how soon.
I wouldn't be surprised. Coming in at number 5, the Astros. They actually have a losing record, if I'm not mistaken.
How are they number 5?
Well, I think it's
How
probably.
did my voice get so high? Sorry.
I think it's probably a leftover from last season or from earlier this year when they were number 1. But they're on the struggle bus a little bit, and they've caught the injury bug as well. I think. Well, obviously, Jose Altuve is still out.
Yes, he is.
Who else? It was Alvarez. Did Alvarez go down? I think he went down, as well as Kyle Tucker.
Kyle Tucker went down too. Oh, geez.
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
But they haven't looked great.
Yeah.
They lost the series to the Rangers over the weekend. Not surprised there, Paul. Just saying.
Heard that. Yeah, they're killing it, aren't they?
They are. I mean, they just swept the Royals.
Everybody's going to sweep the Royals.
Everybody, you're
Come
right.
on.
They are. That is true. But yeah, I'm sure we'll see them fall more and more as the season goes on.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, we don't even see them in the playoffs. That would make my year.
Oh my God.
To be honest with you.
That's a win for everybody.
Yeah. Coming in at number 6, the Milwaukee Brewers. This team is red hot, man.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like their bullpen, which it seems like every year they have a great fucking bullpen. It just continues. They're continuing that streak this year. They just swept the Mariners, right?
Yeah.
Or took 2 of 3.
No, they swept. They did just lose their that Corbin, their number 1 pitcher dude.
Patrick Corbin.
Yes. He's out for a hot minute now.
What happened to him? Do you know?
I don't know what it was. It was literally just in the game the other night. He threw a pitch, waved to the dugout, said, "Come on." And that was it. He's done.
Interesting.
Yeah, hopefully it's not serious because he's good. He's a good player.
Yeah.
I like seeing the Brewers do well. I have no problem with that.
How is Yelich doing?
Hold on really quick. Pectoral strain. That's what he had.
There you go.
Okay.
Beat me to it.
Sorry.
That's pretty easy to recover from.
Yeah, that's a strain.
Number 7, the Dodgers. Nah, that's not really surprising. They're kind of they're always in there. They're always in the mix. We don't need to talk about the Dodgers too much. Although Clayton Kershaw did get his 200th win. Is that what it was?
Yep.
Good to see. I like
Good
Kershaw.
Yep.
Minnesota Twins at number 8, Mets at number 9, and then the Padres at number 10.
All right.
Yeah. No big surprises, really. I mean,
Yeah, that all makes sense.
yeah.
Do you guys want to know where your teams are located?
What have the Mariners dropped to?
Mariners are at 15.
Yeah. They think they were right around 13, 12, 11 to start with, or 9 to begin the season for a
9
second.
to begin the season, and
That's
then
right.
they kind of started off slow, picked it back up a little bit, and then promptly got swept by the Brewers. So, who do you guys play next?
I think Cincinnati this weekend.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
another National League team.
you'll pick up some wins there for sure.
Let's hope so.
Red Sox are at number 22, and the Royals are at number 27. By now, they're going to have fallen even more because the Tigers have won more games, and I believe the Nationals have won more games than the Royals. The Royals have 4 wins, in case you guys were wondering.
Fantastic.
That's 1 more win than the Oakland A's, who are openly tanking. So I'm done with the Royals this season. I'm done.
Have we canceled MLB TV?
I'm not sure I'm going to cancel MLB TV. I'm just going to stop
watching the Royals.
watching or caring about the Royals. It's
fair enough.
It's embarrassing at this point, man. I just can't do it. I think I told you guys this stat the other day. Since 1995, they've had 5 seasons over 500.
That sounds like a lot of Mariners seasons.
5.
Yeah. But at least 2 of them were in the World Series, right?
Okay, sure. 2 of them were in the World Series. But I don't know. It's almost impossible to be a fan at this point. I just want them to be competitive. Is it too much? Is it too much to ask for them to be somewhat competitive?
Try for 500.
Yeah, please. The team, nice. The team that they put out is a minor league team. at best.
Yeah.
At best. And they keep talking about how they're going to build this new stadium downtown. I have a better idea, actually. We're talking about Salt Lake expanding. Here we go. Let's just demolish their current stadium. You don't have to worry about building a new stadium and fucking move the team to Salt Lake City or Nashville. Let them go somewhere else.
There's no way that Kansas City would let go of the Royals. There's no way.
If they keep playing like this, dude, there's no way that they would want them to fucking stay. Like they're not even giving an effort. Like that team. What are the attendance?
What is the attendance? It's nothing like Oakland, Detroit, and Tampa.
I bet it's on par. I bet it's on par with Detroit. Nobody wants to go, dude.
That's just it. They haven't really brought up any young players. There hasn't been excitement for any minor leaguers. Nothing like that really with them.
Our farm system is like ranked number 27.
That's not good.
Or 29.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst farm systems. And like, what are we putting out right now that is worth a shit?
Who's your manager this year? You had a new manager, right?
Yeah, he's Matt Quatraro. He's the former bench coach for the Rays. So obviously he's probably shooting himself in the foot right now. He could be coaching a good baseball team.
This is true.
Would you like to know the average attendance for the Royals and the Tigers?
Sure.
200.
This is from last season. The Royals their average attendance was 15,974. The Tigers, 19,634.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
But the Tigers games this year, though, nobody's going.
Nobody's going to the Royals games. I promise you.
I figured they were pretty loyal to him, though.
Get them out of here.
All right.
I don't fucking care. They're done. We got the Chiefs. It's fine.
I have no baseball team.
Yeah. At this point, I mean, it's like, it would be no different. Like, honestly, it'd be no different than what they have right now if they move to a different city. Okay. Rant over. I'm sorry. Talked about San Diego a little bit in that number 10 position. Fernando Tatis. Is he back? Is he back with the team
I think
now?
Tomorrow or something he comes back.
Okay.
Or maybe tonight.
He's been crushing in the minors.
Yeah. Yes, he has.
Mm-hmm.
It was something ridiculous. It was like 5 home runs in 5 games.
Yeah. 12 RBIs in those 5 games or something ridiculous.
I know it's the minors, but still, like when you're hitting that coming off of your suspension, that's pretty good.
He's good. Good player.
He is good. Juan Soto was complaining about the pitch clock. Have you guys heard about this?
Mm-mm.
Okay, he's complaining that there's not enough time, which you may actually agree with him on this one, Paul. He's saying that there's not enough time from the on-deck circle to the batter's box. He said he can't play any mind games or something to that effect.
Yeah.
So he's
Strategy.
bitching about the pitch clock. Yeah. So this is where I think you might agree with him.
Yeah, I've been hearing more and more in baseball broadcasts of people talking about Paul's idea of adding 5 seconds to the pitch clock.
Was that Paul's idea?
Especially later in the game. I was calling the pitch clock out like 8th inning or something like that, but it's not going to happen. But yeah, I get it up until the 6th, 7th inning, but it sucks after that. At the end of the game, it sucks. For now.
I watched a game in an hour and 57 minutes, and it was fantastic.
I feel like that's perfect for you, Eric.
But sometimes, the players and it just flows. They're into it. Like when the game is going like that, and you see it happening, and those calls are not being made. Sweet, I get it, But there's just times where it's like, I can't stop rushing this. That's kind of how I feel a little bit, but. Lots of players are adjusting, and I'm adjusting as well. Totally.
We can tell.
Yep.
It is going to be weird, though. Like, I agree with that. It's going to be weird later on in the season. Like, come playoffs, it's going to be strange to see how that plays out because the at-bats are so much more meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't really, to be honest with you, I haven't watched many games this year where at-bats are meaningful. Coming from a guy who watches a team that's 4-17 or whatever it is. So I haven't seen many at bats to where like there's that build up, right? But it will be interesting to watch as we get later on in the season, and just to see like the flow of things, and if it really affects it, because I think that's part of the draw that the playoffs have, and is that there's so much build up each pitch, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's no time to build up each pitch now. It's just like, get in there, make the eye contact, go.
But maybe that will have the same effect. We just don't know it yet. Maybe that will bring the same intensity.
You know what I am enjoying? Not to change the subject, but to change the subject for a second. The Ghost Runner added the each inning for extra innings.
Mm-hmm.
Starting, I mean, talk about just automatically intense in extra innings. It's just like, oh my goodness. Yeah, anything can happen. It's crazy. I kind of enjoy that.
Yeah, that is fun.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. We're back on the pitch clock, though. I don't know if you guys saw, but Cody Bellinger played his first game back at Dodger Stadium this year. And he got a pitch clock violation during his return because the crowd was giving him a standing ovation.
Standing ovation.
What a fucking crock of shit that is.
This is where umpires need to like use discrepancy a little bit and understand the moment. And just be like, they should be able to just kind of like hold a finger up and be like, hold the clock for a second. Just pause.
Yeah.
Give them 5-10 seconds. Okay. Resume clock.
Yeah.
The clock isn't going during commercial breaks in between innings. They should be allowing that. I agree.
It's dumb. It's a bad look. And it like, that's an ego thing, right? Back to the whole like umpire ego thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's him being like, you know what? I'm going to call a fucking pitch clock violation on you.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Because I've seen it the opposite way, though. Like I've seen when Whit Merrifield played in Kansas City this year, he got a little standing ovation. I'm pretty sure he was out of the box for longer than he should have been, and they didn't call a stupid violation on him.
Yesterday in the Red Sox game, 2 ducks flew in and landed on the field, and they were saying that there was a little discussion. I forget who the batter was, but between the batter and the umpire saying, "Are you going to call off this pitch, or do I have to take a timeout?" And he had to take a timeout to get the ducks off the field.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's a jerk umpire right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like umpires are they're like health inspectors, or
it's all black and white. There's no room for
or
anything in between.
Their balls and strikes calling has been horrible.
Oh yeah,
this season as well. So issues.
Well, that's a good thing they're testing out the automatic balls and strike system.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to happen.
It should already be implemented.
I wonder if that's what's causing them to just be assholes behind the plate, that they know their days are numbered with.
That's a good point.
You would think that they would try and be better, though, right? Like, if you know that your job might be...
But they're overly enforcing the rules that a robot couldn't make.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, you can't replace me because I do all this other stuff.
I have wonderful judgment.
I can throw out the catcher for dropping the ball. I can.
Yeah.
What was the thing with Scherzer today?
Apparently he got kicked out of the game, ejected from the game for a sticky substance on his hands and glove. The team is saying that it was just rosin buildup. He was out of the game this afternoon.
He was pissed.
Yes,
he was fucking yelling.
Pissed.
He's fucking crying.
Well, but it wasn't the thing was like he said a few weeks ago that he doesn't use that stuff at all, right? Like, wasn't that his whole thing? He doesn't use any of that. And then today they're like, well, what is this?
So let's take an extra hard look.
Yeah.
And like, where on his glove did they find it?
I'm not 100
on the inside, I think.
Inside, yeah. He's facing a potential 10-game suspension.
Yeah.
Well, they've been cracking down so hard on that, and like they get checked Every inning, every other inning, at the end of the inning, like, why are you even risking it? Remember Michael Pinheiro, former Mariner, former Yankee, then he went to the Twins, and he had like the stuff actually on the back of his head there for a while. He had it on his elbow. He got caught multiple times with the sticky stuff.
I don't remember Michael Pinheiro.
Okay. It's okay.
If the umpire judgment on field was that it was a violation, it's an automatic 10-game suspension. He is the third pitcher in the MLB to be ejected for foreign substances since the rule was revised in 2021.
Who were the others?
Seattle's Hector Santiago and Arizona's Caleb Smith.
Hector Santiago.
There was also a weird thing with Domingo Germán last weekend where they made him wash his hands between innings. And then they got into an argument because he didn't wash his hands enough of rosin buildup.
Like
Wait,
on his
what?
fingertips.
So Germán apparently doesn't use the rosin on the field. He uses the rosin in the dugout.
Uh-huh.
And I guess just over a couple innings, it had built up. And so when they checked his hands in between innings, they were like, hey, like this is built up so much that it's a sticky substance on your hands. Go wash your hands. He comes back out, and I guess there was some argument with the other team's coach. Pardon me, I don't remember what team it was, saying, why is he getting a second chance? Like if he has sticky stuff on his hands,
Yeah.
like why are you letting him back on the field? And this whole incident, and he was eventually allowed to pitch again. But yeah, It's again umpires enforcing the rules that a robot can't.
Flexing. They're flexing.
Speaking of the Rockies, I saw a video the other day. This is a little off topic, but apparently the other day was the anniversary of Jamie Moyer being like the oldest player to pitch in a game. He was 49 when he was pitching. Oh my God.
He was a Mariner until like 46 or something, 47.
That is unbelievable. And it looks like he's 49 when he's throwing the ball. I mean, it looked like he's throwing.
He looks like the 1930s, 40s pitcher.
It's so slow.
Oh, yeah.
So slow.
It's hilarious. He's a legend up here, though. We love him.
Has he always been that slow? Like
always.
How was he any good? How were
control?
Guys?
Just, getting him to fucking bite and go for the slider and go for the changeup. Oh, yeah, he was great. Then he'd come in with the heat at like 82. Just foil him every time. He's fucking great.
At 82.
He was awesome.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Finally, on our list of quick hits this week. Quick hits. Anthony Bass, player for the Blue Jays. This one is just kind of silly, but he was complaining about the flight attendants not cleaning up the mess that his 2-year-old made on the airplane. That he said that his wife
was forced to clean
up the mess.
Get on her hands and knees.
Yeah. And he got roasted for this one, rightfully so, because that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. That's what it was. And he got mad because they weren't cleaning up popcorn off the floor. Yeah, Anthony Bass is kind of a baby.
I can understand the sort of frustration a little bit from the flight attendant because fucking kids are a mess, man, and that's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And there's a reason they don't serve popcorn on an airplane to begin with.
Well,
it makes a mess.
Yeah, that too. But just make your kids fucking clean it up.
Yeah.
Kids love helping.
Do they?
They love that shit. Yeah, turn it into a game.
There's some advice, young parents.
Yeah. So why don't you just take the L, Anthony? That was
he did all right.
Yeah.
Kicking and screaming.
That's good. That's all the quick hits I got. You guys have anything that you want to add?
That's some good stuff right there.
Eric is silent.
I'm good. I don't have anything.
He is good.
You are good.
Thank you.
So we found out this week that Major League Baseball is testing out some new rules, more new rules in the Atlantic League. We have 3 of them that they're testing out. They have the designated pinch runner, which is basically a player can be substituted for any base runner at any time without removing the original runner from the game. Okay. I'll go through all of these and then we can assess, because some of these, I think it only gets worse. Next one is limiting pitcher disengagements to 1 per at bat. And I guess this is in an effort to increase stolen bases and speed up pace of play.
Do you mean like just picking off, like throwing a pitch back to first base or whatever with a runner on?
Yes.
Gotcha.
And right now their limit is 2. So
To per player or per inning or something?
per at bat.
Per at bat. Got it.
And then the last one that they're testing is bringing back the double hook rule. Says that it will be used again after being introduced in the Atlantic League last season. It dictates that if a starting pitcher is removed from a game before logging 5 innings pitched, the same team loses its designated hitter for the remainder of the contest. Okay, that's just stupid.
What?
And this could effectively end the strategic use of the opener, a reliever who starts the first inning of a game instead of acting as a closer.
Well, the opener thing is pretty stupid to begin with, but creating a rule like
Is
that
anyone
is
doing
worse.
that this year?
I don't know. I just don't understand why. Why would you?
Wasn't that a big thing with the Rays? Didn't the Rays do that?
The Rays did it. The A's did it for a while. I mean, lots of teams have done it.
They've tried it. But no one's stuck with it. I don't think anyone's doing it this year. I haven't heard anything.
No, I just want to know like why, or like who's saying like this rule. You know, there needs to be punishment for those teams that are doing this. Like who's coming up with that?
And if you're, every star pitcher gets blown up once or twice a season. If he gives up 6 runs in 2 innings, the first 2 innings, and you pull him, it's not because you used a starter. It's because he sucked that day.
Yeah.
Good point.
What happens if a guy gets hurt?
Right.
Do you lose your DH?
Yeah. Who do we talk to about this? This is bullshit.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
It makes it overly complicated.
I don't think that one will stick.
No, probably. Well, apparently they've already done it once before in this Atlantic League. So I don't know if they're testing it again just to get some more data on it or what, but
right.
Seems pretty silly.
Very.
Back to the first one, the designated pinch runner. Player can be substituted for any base runner at any time without removing the original runner from the game.
And that same player can be substituted multiple times a game?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
And different players too. Like right?
Yeah.
You
they can substitute for anybody.
Yeah. I don't know how to feel about this one. So basically you have one player on your bench who is...
That's all they do.
He's a runner.
Yeah. Billy Hamilton. He's loving this shit right now. He's like, fuck yeah. Send me in, coach. Because he's going to be able to make a living off of this.
There certainly seems to be the type of player out there that could absolutely benefit to this, but that's a big rule change. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But again, allows your team to have a deeper roster, and it's almost like you're keeping star players in there out at all times kind of thing. And I don't know.
It's just weird to have a baseball player, a single player designated for the least baseball aspect of playing baseball. Like, he's not fielding, he's not pitching, he's not batting, he just runs.
But it's taken advantage in creating trying to have the best base runner ever kind of thing, Instead of being a 5-tool player, this dude's got one. One.
I think, but that wouldn't be the first time that we've seen a player who's just there to run, right? But I think...
But it's the using them over and over in a game.
Right. That's definitely going to be different. But I mean, there were certainly players in the past who were simply on the roster because of their legs. I mean, Terrence Gore is a prime example. I don't know if you guys know who Terrence Gore is, but he's
that the guy who goes to a team every year that's in the postseason.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a good baseball player by any means,
but he runs.
But he used to be like the fastest dude in the league. But we don't see that anymore, right? Like there's not a purpose for guys like that. I
There's
guess.
just a bunch of really good young players that already know how to run. Like, you know, I mean, so it's a part of their game already, which is good. That's how you do it, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're adding on too many things now.
Yeah.
Like if this gets introduced next season, think about next season if they have all of these new rules to introduce. Like we're talking all the other ones that they're already testing in the minor leagues, right? There's 3 other rules that they're testing there. There's these 3 that they're testing. It may not even be baseball as we know it.
Yeah.
That's just it. It's not going to be. It's already, to a lot of people, not the baseball we know. And so it's breaking a lot of hearts right now as it is.
It's all you old boomers complaining about the games being too short. Sorry. Okay, the other one is limiting pitcher disengagements to 1 per at-bat. It says it's an effort to speed up the pace of play, but like that's ridiculous at this point. Like, how much quicker are you going to make the game?
And that means once the disengagement happens, you're free to steal. With 2, you have a little bit of strategy. Limiting to 1 is too far.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, and like how much faster is the game going to go?
Right.
Like we've already cut off 20 minutes from most
30.
games, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And if it's like if you're increasing stolen bases, aren't you actually like increasing more time playing kind of thing, you know? Isn't it sort of counterproductive to like reducing the minutes some? Granted, the pitcher can't do it, but okay, create more stolen bases. The guy stole the base. Okay, oh my God, what's going on? Stolen the base. Like, hey.
That was really good. You should do like voiceover work for commercials or something, or
it's in my
MLB
future.
The Show. You could be the new coach in MLB The Show.
I like it.
Oh, by the way, how is MLB The Show, Eric? How many hours you
Fucking
logged?
amazing. Oh God.
What's your record? What's your team's record?
Well, I mean, you don't really. Your team changes over time, Paul.
Oh, I don't know.
Come on,
You don't choose a team and play the whole season with a team?
You can. That's one mode. But I do the Diamond Dynasty where you collect players and swap them out and make teams to do certain events.
Oh, so you don't do like a season? Like
I don't know. I don't play the season mode.
Oh, okay. Got it.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I have spent no money since buying the game. I have not bought any stubs or packs.
That was going to be my question. Like, I was going to ask if it was still like a fucking racketeering. Like I can remember I spent $60 on the game, and then I probably spent twice that amount on
easily
add-ons and stupid shit like that.
It's still there. There's still cards that are 1 in 9,000 packs that are so rare that they're going for the equivalent of over $100. But it's so easy to get cards that are comparable or around the same skills that you don't need to do that to get a good team.
Paul, are you totally lost as to what we're talking about?
No, I'm into it. I love it. I just noticed the other day that, like, when I was unpacking some shit, that the only game that I bought for my PS3 was MLB The Show.
Oh, my God.
2011? 2010.
Who's on the cover?
Oh, my gosh. I don't remember.
You should pop it in. Play it.
I don't even have the PS3 set up. I don't even know. Like, yeah. What version was that? It was like the 3rd or 4th, or it was something, I think a single digit number from way back.
I don't know. It was before I started playing it.
Yeah. That was way before I started playing it.
My buddy who was in Montana, he's like, you got to get the game. You got to get the headphones with the microphone so we could play the game together and do all this. And we never did. I got it, but we never did it.
I think I tried to get you to play one time when we lived in the same city.
Yeah.
And you just got pissed. You were like, I fucking suck at this game.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I wasn't very
I
good
think
at
you
video
were
games,
talking
man.
a bunch of fucking game, and then I just whooped your ass.
Sounds
I
about
mean, you
right.
were the Mariners, and the Mariners at the time were not a good team, so that probably didn't help.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Oh, to add on to our hot dog conversation, just to
Please do.
I'm going to give you guys a little quote from the NHDSC, the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council,
Yes.
recently came out in disapproval of adults using ketchup on hot dogs.
Very
Amen.
good. Very
in
good.
In a guide to hot dog etiquette, the organization decreed that for those 18 years of age and older, acceptable wiener toppings include mustard, relish, onions, cheese, and chili.
I like it.
Yep. Sauerkraut. But it's fine.
Cream cheese as well. I mean,
No.
hopefully that's what they
No,
mean.
get the fucking
Come
cream
on.
cheese.
Ugh.
But when you Google, does ketchup belong on a hot dog? There's some funny things. Like people also ask, what city puts ketchup on a hot dog? Oh, it says Chicago does.
What?
Yeah.
Chicago dog doesn't have ketchup, does it?
It doesn't say Chicago dog. It just says Chicago.
People in Seattle, man. White women. I'll say it. White women.
That's going in. That's going to be the
next to their ranch, they like the fucking ketchup.
That's going to be the
sour
title
cream.
of our
Notice
episode.
I'm looking over my shoulder as I say this shit.
White women.
Because that is nerve-wracking.
I'm pretty impressed that there's a National Hot Dog and Sausage Council, by the way.
This I need to do some research on. I'm seeing future employment here.
All right. Well, that'll do it for tonight.
Good
Or
stuff.
for this episode. We have a YouTube channel now.
Yay.
It's just audio. You won't be able to see our faces.
Yet.
But you can listen to us on YouTube. I think it also uploads to YouTube Music as well if you are a YouTube Music subscriber. Make sure that you like and subscribe, as well as go to or wherever you get your other podcasts. You can subscribe to us over there as well. We update the website pretty regularly, I would say. We have some new bios out there, Eric. Right?
Yep. Got some information about us on the website now.
Wouldn't you say it's updated almost weekly, Nick? Or?
It's updated with every new episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said regularly. Is that not the
No,
similar?
you said somewhat regularly.
Well, somewhat regularly.
When
could,
we have
could
a new
translate
episode,
to weekly.
it's regular.
You guys don't have to be dicks. Anyway, yeah, check us out. Tell your friends.
Wastedpitch.com.
Wastedpitch.com. It's easy. It's easy to remember.
Super easy.
But next week, make sure you tune in because we are going to have another movie review. It is for a movie called It Happens Every Spring. And this one is an old one. Came out in 1949. So it should be good. Or bad. Probably bad. We tried to
find out.
watch
man.
The Catcher is a Spy.
Was a spy.
I watched it. Did you guys watch the
Catcher
whole
is a
thing?
spy.
I watched it, yeah.
I did not watch the whole thing. I'll admit
Why-
that.
We were going to do a movie review about this movie, The Catcher was a Spy, and it turns out it's not a baseball movie. So you can still watch it. It's got Paul Rudd. It's not a very good movie.
Who's fantastic. Paul Rudd
Yeah.
is fantastic.
He
It's like
is.
Paul Rudd's third movie, I think.
He's a national treasure. No, it was later than that. That was like 2016. Paul Rudd was in
Was it?
Clueless.
He was probably
Was it?
he was
Oh,
probably
wait.
like 65 in
The
that.
movie's from 2016?
Yeah.
Yeah,
His third movie. Jesus, Eric. Paul Rudd's like 64.
exactly.
Oh,
Looks
wow.
like he's 27
Yeah.
Why did I think the movie was from like much earlier?
because you don't pay attention.
You have no
I
concept
mean,
of
that's
time.
true. All right. Good point. All right. Your fact checker was wrong.
Yeah, as per usual.
Yep.
Okay, thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Adios.